Hey.
I'm frozen somehow.
Frozen, no unfrozen. Yeah.
Man's frozen, man's moving, slow motion.
What it does, what is poppin', what is crackin' like everybody. My name is Pumpkin Spicy Feezy. Have I said that before?
Oh, I think you have.
We
passed the autumn equinox and you used it already. It was such a good one.
You're right. I don't know why I had it.
Give it another try, mate.
Okay, give it another try. I am. Thank you for asking. I am Banded Bati C. There you go. Bandit Bati.
Wow, I love it. I am. Oh, fuck, mate. I'm nautical.
I don't even know who I am.
And you are not HCF. You're not.
You said you're pumpkin spice 10 times. This is fake. This is fugazi. You can't say that.
What do you mean? I changed. That's why I redid it.
Okay, fine.
No.
Dan.
No. Come up with one quickly.
I'm pumpkin spice nautical notion. Dan.
You're an idiot.
Welcome to episode 143 about Habits of Progress. Daniel's crazy.
Well done, everyone.
C words.
What are we going to do with this little boy?
I know, Jesus fucking Christ. He's Gen Z. I'll tell you what, the Gen Z are driving crazy.
Wow.
It's sickening. What's going on? How was the last week, boys? What's cracking? What's news?
What is cracking? I was celebrating my 2-year anniversary with my partner. So
hey.
A bunch of shit.
That gets a... Because what says celebrating love more than air horns?
Seriously. Exactly.
Very interesting.
2 years. You are a married cunt, bro.
I know. It's crazy. I know. So there's that. It was good. We just chilled. We played Nintendo Switch. We bought a Nintendo Switch for the day. So then we actually just played for
they took it back?
And then... No, we got it.
We said for the day.
Sorry, as soon as I said that, I knew someone was going to be like, wait, you returned it or something?
You didn't retain the Switch?
We bought it to celebrate the day.
But
we kept it after and still own the product and have no intention to return it. Okay.
Love that.
Understood.
Other than that,
well, thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that.
Thank you. It was someone's birthday in this school, actually.
It was Uncle Notion's birthday. So you get air horns too. I feel like any life.
I think a birthday warrants air horns more than an anniversary, though.
I was trying to be sort of a little what's the word? Incongruent about it. Yeah.
A little opposite.
So then we went for a meal there, which was lit. It was really good.
Where'd you go? Sorry, the air horns cut you off.
Oh, the air horn. We went to is it Chris Ruth's Steakhouse? Is that what it's called?
Ruth's Chris.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's very, very interesting.
So Ruth is a lady who used to run that shit, and she's a mad dog. Maybe her last name was Chris. Maybe the business partner might be Chris. Anyway, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Let's find out.
Go. We went there. It was incredible. It was so good. But after that, I was ill for a day or two.
What?
And then,
because of the food does?
No, not because of the food. The food was great. Everything there was amazing. I was feeling a little under the weather. When I was coming to the meal anyway. Because I knew as soon as I feels like my throat is like, I don't know, I could feel it in my throat basically.
Like a cold, you mean? You had a little sniffles.
Yeah. I could feel it, and then I was like, I turned to Mel, and I was like, "Nah, I'm 100% ill, like 100%." And then after that, the day after was like worse. I was like written off, but it was fine. It was more just like a really sore throat and like just hurt when I swallowed a bit. Pause. And then day after, I started getting better, and then I went to football, and then I was like, after football was 100% better. I was like way better.
Sweat
and
out.
Then exactly, sweat out and shit.
Fixes everything.
And exactly. But now I'm just kind of like, I had like quite an intense cough a couple of days ago, and then yesterday I was getting better, and now today is like I'm barely coughing. My throat's a bit tickly, but it's more than fine now. But you can see I'm a bit raspy and a bit congested and that. But other than that, I'm good.
I'm blessed.
I'm good. Man's blessed, isn't it?
Loves Dahn.
That's my week. That's my week.
All right. I fuck with that.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm glad.
well then. Well, congrats. Congrats on 2 years.
Thank you.
Yep.
Very dope. Dan's growing up.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Notion. Mr. Born Day Boy. Speaking of growing up, geez, you're old as fuck, bro.
Yeah, 60,
I'm gonna
right?
call it. I'm gonna call it. Yeah. I'm gonna call it the Dirty 40s because it's Dirty. Instead of Dirty 30s. I don't know. Whatever. Just trying.
I know what you're going with. All right,
a bit punny with the words, you cunts. Yeah. So had my 40th on the 8th last week. We went to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. It was fucking fire. Had lobster and steak and red wine.
Got the explanation.
What's that?
So when the kitchen fire, it's like 2 seconds. When the kitchen fire destroyed Chris Steakhouse in 1976, Ruth was forced to relocate, but Chris Steakhouse name wasn't allowed to come along. She improvised, adding her own name to the sign. That made it Ruth's Chris Steakhouse because the name was just Chris Steakhouse. Which still makes no fucking sense. But anyway, sorry, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
A little bit weird.
It's quite a tongue twister for some cunts. It's like lots of S's and shit going on. Have to put the de-esser on that when you mix it.
It's very hectic.
Classy place, joined by some classy company, and all I wanted was a steak and red wine. But then all of a sudden, lobster was on the fucking menu, so I'm just here for it. So it was great. Get classy with the fucking immediate loved ones, and then honestly, all of last week I had just shocking sleeps, dude. I'm surprised I even fucking like pulled it through for the birthday. It was crazy, but. Weather was shit house on the birthday, but the dinner was the best. So it was sweet as.
Excellent.
And then, yeah, man, just been, just on the Notion MTB YouTube train, just editing new ones, making sure all the episodes are scheduled, making sure everything's coming out consistently, seeing more spikes in the views. Everything's sweet as far as the channel goes.
I love it. Love to see it.
I haven't had much time to make beats this week, which I said last week that I was going to start doing, but. Honestly, life happens, work happens, things happen, and I didn't get to it this week. But yeah, overall, fucking sweet as since we saw you last time, since we spoke about this last time.
Beautiful.
Oh, speaking of content, by the way, do you remember I was saying my Instagram's fucked, yeah? And then when I went through my account with Tiff, and then we noticed that one of my thing had been like flagged, and it was like you can appeal the decision or delete the video. And ever since I deleted the video, my views have been going way higher. So and now my most recent
Which video? So the one that was fucking up, or
it was So the one that was fucking me was like it was just like.
How'd you know it was that one, by the way?
When you go on the appeal on your account status on Instagram, it tells you which.
You had a strike. Oh yeah, so you just deleted that shit and.
So I deleted it, and then now I literally posted today, and I've got 1,200 views on that one video. So this is the most I've had in. Let me even I can't even see the last time I got above 600.
Maybe that's why I got.
It's been months.
That's crazy.
Did you delete or archive? Sorry, no.
I deleted it.
Deleted it, not archive. Yeah. So then you could do the same thing then if you've got one in a strike.
The last time I had above 1,000 was September 2022.
Right.
And now I have 1,218 in 12 hours. 7 hours.
That's crazy, dude.
So it's all back in action.
Oh, no, man. I hope so.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay, so you could try that, Nish.
Yeah, I just had, I was getting about 30,000 views a month on my Instagram, and it's gone down to about 1.5 in a matter of I don't know, all of a sudden it's just shut off. I don't know if it's because I'm swearing in a video, maybe because I'm reacting to not dying. Like, oh, fucking hell. I'm going really fast and I almost crashed when I saved it. And I'm like,
maybe you got to bleep it.
Well, some of them are actually, but some of them are not.
With mine,
I think maybe. But I haven't got any flags though. That's what I was.
saying. With mine, it told me what exactly it was that was flagged.
Yeah, okay. So
and it was like
that's fucked up,
promoting gun violence or something because I was playing a video.
Oh, because it's a digital. Yeah, that's cool.
I remember you said that.
Digital guns.
Yeah, but at least they told me what it was. So
yeah. Okay. Sweet as.
But yeah.
Nice. And yeah, so birthday was good. Had a good time. Mountain bikes going good. Anything else that's going? I feel like we're all pretty short. I don't even have much to say either.
Nah, man. The weather's still in double digits, so I'm fucking keen as went for a walk today. Got outside, got some fucking sun on my head top. Pretty sweet. No complaints.
Get it done. Love to see it.
Yep.
Love to see it. Yeah, fucking, I can't even really think. I guess we did last Wednesday was the Born Day. That was fun. I've had like the last 2 weeks I did 7 podcasts. I did 3 last week, and then the week before that I did 4. So one each of bad habits and going crazy. So like for BOS, normally I do like 1 BOS and 1 bad habits. That's it. So I've been stacking up content, which has been great. It's a lot, but this week no pods except for this. I don't have a pod now for another 7 days until this one next week. Thank fuck.
Wow.
I guess it'll be a lot. It's a lot. Mother-in-law came and stayed for the weekend, which was always really fun. We made some fire ass. We go to like the seafood, she told my girlfriend that it's called a fishmonger, so she loves saying that. So we went to like a fish
Wait, what did you call it?
Fish shop. Don't know.
Fishmonger. That's what I call it.
Yeah, it's just like it's probably a very proper term, but I never heard it really in Australia. I've seen it in media, but I don't think people really say it. But so we got some real nice. Tiff made this fire fucking seafood
it looked ridiculous,
pasta.
bro.
It was like
so good.
cooked the big ass fat scallops separately, and it was like a shrimp and bacon pasta with freshly made pasta from like another store, and then I can't remember the sauce, and then putting the fucking the scallops on top. It was so fucking good, and we had mussels and it was just phenomenal. Made garlic bread and shit, so that was really nice. And the only other thing today, I got the bati appointment I had last week. I did it properly today. Got the bati all tied up thing.
Perfect. Well done.
It's pretty funny how quick you can just go put to sleep under anesthetic and then be out. I think it was like 15 minutes for me today. It was crazy how quick in and out. And
you feel groggy afterwards, or are you good?
Oh yeah, fuck, you mash up your whole way.
Like regular, yeah. Like even if you're out for 2 hours or 2 minutes, the same shit.
I think so, yes. Even 15 minutes. I wonder if, like, I was thinking, because a sleep cycle is 90 minutes, so I wondered if that's got anything to do with it, like, because it's like, it puts you to sleep, so it puts you immediately into sleep, so I wonder if you wake up, it's like waking up 15 minutes into a sleep, and you're like, what the fuck, you know?
What the fuck? Yeah.
But, yeah, hopefully that does what it needs to do, so that was fun, not so fun, I don't know, old man shit. And hey, do I have anything else written down? No, that's it. So... look at that, nice and quick today. Straight into business. So
Wow.
we're gonna a new segment that we're starting today, and it was inspired by something that we're working on. So some of y'all might remember. I don't remember when it was. It must have been this year. But we've been sort of talking about the Cee Notion collab album that we've been wanting to do forever, and we started talking about it here, just kind of doing it out in the open. As opposed to sort of, everyone works on everything quietly. You're like, you know what? Try something different. And we played beats one time, I remember, which was cool. And then we kind of just let it go, just a little quiet. Personally, I don't know about New Notion, but I haven't felt inspired at all. Like, I've never felt less of an inclination.
To write raps, you mean?
To make music,
songs?
Period. Yeah, make songs, rap, whatever. Just make music. Period. All the things that come with it. I don't want to promote it, or I don't want to make a video. I don't want to do a cover art. I don't want to do all the bullshit. Like, I lost interest completely for the first time since 2002, which is probably recording the first, maybe even 2001 if you want to say the very first stuff we recorded. I basically either worked on music or recorded or put something out or did a show or a video or something like every single year since. This is going to be the first year in 22 years, say, that I haven't done shit. Which is interesting.
Interesting, yeah, for sure. I know, I've just been making beats for people and selling beats and mixing music. I haven't been making any Notion stuff, so I've still been rather immersed in it and still been mastering things and doing the odd jobs here and there. But I haven't been making any Notion-specific things at all. So, yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, but I'm still got my fucking toes in the pool, you know?
Right, well, I'm completely removed. Exactly.
So,
do you feel the same... Yes, exactly.
I couldn't
right.
be fucked with Notion shit, bro. Like, I would like to. There's a lot of stuff that's actually ready to go, which you know about, and like, I don't know. I definitely want to put some shit out. I just want to, like, I feel like the stuff that I've got sitting around is like just a soft fucking EP that's kind of like not what you come back with. I'll release that after the next one.
Gotcha.
I mean, and if we're coming back with, we're doing our joint thing, cool. Then later on, I'll release that other joint because it's got some sick shit in there. I still love them dearly. I heard them like not too long ago. I got goosebumps still, so lets me know it's still hitting. And but otherwise, as far as Notion stuff, haven't done anything towards it. I have actually written some bars. I must admit, I've written some bars to Egg Ward beats, and so Egg Ward is the producer I did Notion Island with for everyone listening. But yeah, I've got so many beats from Eric from Eggwood, and we've just been kind of picking new ones. So I have done a couple of things, but that is the absolute extent to it.
Gotcha. Okay, so a lot more than me. And we've been talking about, the project and blah, blah, blah. Like, we've been talking about it for years, to be honest. But we were chatting the other day, and Dan sort of mentioned, and then we'd already talked about this. I don't know if we said it on the show, but Dan was like, I want to be really heavily involved in this one. Because the crew is tight. So 3 of us and Tiff really is the squad. We work on all of the projects. So, like, that was something we already kind of talked about, but it felt like a fresh idea because we hadn't really thought about it or talked about it for a bit.
Right.
And then when Dan said that, I was like, yeah, that fucking sounds good. And then Notion, you mentioned that you listened to one of the Notion Island songs. You were like, oh shit, it reminded you that, because we don't listen to our own music. I think we've said that.
Never, dude.
A bunch.
It came on random on Spotify, would you believe?
Okay, perfect, because it pulls up your own. Oh yeah, of course, it pulls up your shit. So
because I've clicked on like before, and so it's like play some of your liked. I'm like, oh, I let it go on random. It's like, damn.
Yes.
And the bars are like, oh, that's still good.
Yes.
Like, wow.
And it reminded you that, like, oh yeah, man, like I
can
my shit's good.
Pour my heart out on this song. Yeah. It's really great.
So then when you said that, I had an idea, and I was like, okay, so because it sounds like you're not in the same place as I am as far as like completely uninspired. I've never been less inspired in the whole time. Like, I've always done music, and I've sort of thought about it, and this kind of almost touches on the topics we keep talking about here. Whereas, like, I put out, like, I think I checked on Spotify, there's like 159 songs. Then there's all the shit on Bandcamp that never went on Spotify, the shit on SoundCloud that never went on there, different mixtapes and things. Like, for me, at least 300 to 400 songs at least that I put out there, and I'm like, that's a pretty, unless you're like Drake or something, that's a pretty serious amount of songs for an undiscovered artist. And I just kind of felt like I don't want to pollute the audio universe with stuff unless it's like really, I feel it's really necessary, because I feel like I've done a lot. People can listen to it all. It still holds up from what I can remember. So I was like, all right, when you said that, I was like, okay, here's one way we could all potentially do it. Like, why don't we all go from the beginning, basically the beginning of our music, and start listening to it all from the beginning? 1, it reminds us where we came from, and 2, it shows Dan, because Dan, you only know since you came to Canada in 2020, like that stuff that was being worked on around you, but you were never involved in it directly except the videos for all the Relentless songs you were, and you'd never actually heard the original stuff, like the reason that we kind of moved. So I was like, all right, why don't we just do it, and then we'll just, slowly work our way through, and then make a segment on the podcast where we actually talk about like a I don't know, well, maybe we'll come up with a better name, but like TMF Classic Project review or whatever. So I feel like that would be kind of like a nice little way to start off. So I'll share the screen then, because I have it up here. We'll get right into that. Boom. Alrighty.
Yes. Classic.
Let's go.
What's going
on? Where am
I know, I'm just bringing Dan up. There you are.
Wow.
I don't know why it didn't kick you in. I find it problematic.
Quite racist.
Quite racist.
Think you done that on purpose?
I think you think so, right? So, this is put up on SoundCloud. So this is like, and this is kind of explaining it to Dan. I said a couple little things, a few sentences on text, but maybe it's a good thing to talk about it. So basically, we don't have to really worry too much about the music we did in like 02 and 03, because it was like, whatever, none of it really was released properly or anything, and I don't think it's going to give you any better content. This is when things was probably the best in the earliest phase. I don't think we were ever shit, but I think this music is probably the best one. Anyway, so I connected with this dude Revelino we worked at a call center together, and he was a producer and rapper, but new to rapping, and he knew I rapped and was super underground. So he was doing this song. And it was me, him, and this dude Neek, who, funnily enough, was ended up from being from Quebec City but lived in Melbourne. And this was the first time I met him. And we did this song called Without a Doubt, which I think in late 02. So I did it was very just like simple. Rev was kind of learning how to produce better. His cousin's this guy named Rudy. Rudy was in a production group with Static from Player. Rest in peace. So he was working, Rudy ended up going to the States and working with like Nas and Tony Braxton, all this crazy shit. Super talented singer and producer. So Rev was his cousin, and they worked with this label called Midnight out of Melbourne. So basically, there was this guy Roger who owned the labels. His house, he had 2 studios, like a really nice studio that Rudy worked out of, and this like dingy back room that we worked out of. And they had like all the setup, they had everything we need, and we basically were there from the end of 2002 until basically beginning of 2004, like every single day. Like I'm talking birthdays, like it doesn't matter. We were there, like working on stuff. When I say working, I mean getting high and doing some stuff. So basically we made this mixtape. The thing we called the group was supposed to be a group, me and Rev, and it was called Soul District. Was just the name of it because it was soul. So I learned from Rev about soul samples and like how to sort of produce, and really I didn't listen to soul music, so it blew my fucking mind. Like I listened to R&B, but I never knew like the classic stuff, and so he kind of taught me about that, and I taught him about maybe structuring verses better and things like that. His stuff was very like simplistic, and he would say the same things over and over. I just think he just didn't really get it. So we got like a real exchange of information there, and so we started working on this thing, and the thing was that I knew that I was going to live in Canada in 2004. They knew that. But it was like, by the time I left, they were like pissed because we were performing. Like we had a bit of buzz around this thing. It was like, this label ran club nights and stuff. So they had like, they had events that we would perform at. We opened for G Unit. We opened for Obi Trice. I think it was, we went to 50 Cent show and then G Unit. Outlaws. That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry. It was Obi Trice and Outlaws. Thank you.
Obi Trice and Outlaws.
Yes, not G Unit. We saw 50 Cent. We all went to the 50 Cent show where he lost his voice in Melbourne.
50 didn't turn up.
No, he did. He lost his voice.
Oh, that's right.
And then the G Unit dude has to do his verse because his voice was fucked. Poor cunt. So basically, we worked. We were going hard. They seemed to like get mad at me that I was leaving, and then they just put Rev on the cover. So it was supposed to be both of us, and then I'm on the back cover or the inside cover or something like that. I don't have it here. I have the CD in Australia, and that's the only thing I was able to get. This is the only digital file that exists. So this came out in 2004 when I was away. Dan, you might have noticed when you listen to it, there's sections where people are doing drops, and like he said he messaged me or tried to call my Aussie phone to get me to do it, but I had my Canadian phone on, and I had to keep swapping out the SIM card, so I didn't get to do the drop, which kind of would be silly because it's supposed to be my project. Anyway,
what's a drop?
A drop is like, hey, what's good? This is Cee, all the way coming in from Toronto. You're listening to Soul District Mixtape.
Yeah, I was listening to
like a radio
Next
thing.
Man. Yeah, Next Man was saying that. I was like, okay. Because that made it seem like it was a project with more than just you.
They turned it into a group. Yeah, they turned it into a crew as opposed to me and him. Like me and him was supposed to be like a duo called Soul District, and then they turned it into like a group thing, which at the time I was fucking furious with how, but I knew what could I do? I was pretty happy living in Canada. I'm like, well, I told y'all motherfuckers, like, because I felt like they couldn't promote it if they put me on the cover. I'm like, where is this guy? So I was a little bit vexed about that whole thing, but either way, I know there's some like lawsuit situation and shit going on between Revelino and the label. I don't know what happened. It had nothing to do with me because I was never signed. I never signed shit with them. I was just participating in this project. So they didn't really do anything for me or like help me with music as such. So 5 years ago, it looks like, which would have, because this turns 20 next year. And I guess 5 years ago, which is kind of wild, right? So 5 years ago, I must have put up I think I just like, you know what, fuck, I'm just going to put it on SoundCloud because it's super low key. I don't think there's anything wrong with having this up here. I mean, if there was a problem, they would have taken it down.
They would have taken it down, yeah.
Yeah, so basically what they decided to do in the end, they kind of made it a mixtape and they printed up a bunch and gave them out for free. They didn't sell it. So that's why there's mentions of it being free on the project. So basically they had, and a lot of these songs with a lot of the guests, like I had some things to do with and didn't have things to do with some of the other ones. So some of this I was hearing for the first time when I'm over there because they didn't really keep in touch. And I think obviously it's 2004, it wasn't as easy to keep in touch because it would have been via email, and that's kind of
like fucking MySpace days, wasn't it?
I think it's pre-MySpace. It's 2004.
Pre-MySpace. That's true.
So I don't even know
how old we are, Dan.
That's pretty old.
I guess you were 6 when this dropped.
When I was listening to Notion's tape and he kept on shouting out his MySpace, I went on myspace.com just to see what it looks like. And it's like, what is going on? It's so poorly ran, that website.
It's chaotic.
It's chaotic. Everything's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like a random person is just studying like or just trying to make a website randomly. And he's just putting everything everywhere. It's so
Correct.
weird, man.
And you can customize it. You can make it all glittery and weird and crazy shit like people did. It was pretty wild.
So weird. Weird, man.
Yeah.
Weird space.
It was definitely a weird place. So this was, pre-MySpace. So I didn't even know this never existed online, but it got a little buzz in the area because there was a whole bunch of people. It's probably for the better of the project to turn it into this, so then more people would promote it. So looking through, like even track 2 here with Adverse is a friend of ours. He's actually like an A&R for a label, and funnily enough, when I put this up and I tagged him, he was like, fuck, I was just telling someone last week that there's no proof ever online that I rapped, and then you go and message me here. So he was pissed because apparently he's like serious in the music industry and no one knew he's rap.
Okay.
So like I wasn't there for that song, but that one slapped. I wrote a little thing after, but anyway, that was cool. These Africa Killer Queens chicks, I met them I think before we left, but I wasn't there for this song. And Vita Sunshine.
That shit was wild.
Yeah. Do you remember that? And the girl
that
spat
was
on me or
freaking
something? Do you remember that?
Spat
Or something?
on you?
Yeah, or something. Because I don't remember how. I didn't even
Towards
do
you?
anything, either towards me or on me or something crazy. Like she just started wilding out. I didn't even do nothing from memory. Like I think everyone who was there was
That
just
was
like,
at the studio
whoa.
at Rogers.
No, it was in a car. We were taking them somewhere or dropping someone off or something. Anyway, it was weird.
That's crazy.
That
Oh,
is-
fuck, the bitch just spat on me.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
wow.
a little hectic. I don't know if
Sorry.
I don't know. That was kind of
Spitting
fucked
is
up.
the ultimate disrespect. Don't even talk to me about that shit.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic. That's what I'm saying. I didn't do anything. I don't know what the fuck. I think everyone was surprised because I didn't do anything. Like I was just a kid. I was pretty shy back then. Like I didn't really, I was like cool with my people, but if there were newer people, I was a little more reserved and stuff. So anyway, so this project, I can just run through some of the stuff. But this project, like I learned a lot about like, and I was telling Dan that like the way that we were rapping here, this was around the Jay-Z. We did it all of it in basically 2003. So this was when like what's the song called? Beyonce and Jay-Z. What's this big song? Oh my God.
Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love. So like Jay-Z, like like he's like and all the yup and all those fucking ad libs. It was that time when those things were popular. So like my shit was more like monotone and just like straight rapping bars, and then they would teach me no, change the flow up a bit and do some sing-songy shit and be these ad libs. Yeah. So you notice a bunch of that. It's very like time stamped for the era. So like they brought in our friend GMC, who I think I was the first person to meet him in the scene. He's still around, but yeah, they got him to host it, which was cool. Unfun fact about that one, he says Notion baby in the beginning of that because Notion was supposed to be on that song, and then they didn't put him. You were on that song, but you should have been.
Recorded that song, and I brought G to the studio that day, like hooked it all up,
And then they fronted.
Made sure that so he was on it, and then they cut me off the actual song for some reason.
Because I wasn't there to fight for it, and I think because you were just like, I was already like the up and comer one, so then if you were my younger brother, you were kind of like, oh, we shouldn't even. I think that's where they were coming from. Doesn't make it right if
the verse was fire. It wasn't It wasn't an ethical choice by them, but like the verse was as good, if not better, than GMC's. But they just took it off.
Yeah, which is
crazy.
not super cool. So I was kind of like, once again, I'm just being honest about this whole project because I don't know all the people who are on it. I'm never going to watch this anyway, but also they could hear it and it's fine because it's just facts. But so this lady, Empress Camille, she's actually Jamaican. She was like the first real Jamaican I ever met. She was from Sydney and she came down for a while and she did a bunch of songs with us. And now she's like on like some TV show in Jamaica. Like she's like hosting.
Really?
I think she's like, she does well. I think I had a pretty big crush on her back in the day. She was hot. And she had a cool ass voice and she was just cool, just such like a hippie Jamaican type, and she was dope. So we did a bunch of stuff on that. Christian Alexander on this track 9 here, he was like a kind of like had like a, you know what, no, you got fucked. This is how I got fucked. So Christian was signed to like a major label, and Revelino produced a bunch of songs for him for his debut album, and he was in Perth. Christian's from Perth, and don't think I ever met him in person, or I did like one time or something like that. I've never been to Perth, but he must have came out, and they took the song called. They took one of our songs. I think it was On My Mind. Track 8. They took that song, they took the beat, and he did a whole new song over it. But then me and Revelino recorded verses for it for his album, and they took my verse off and kept Rev's verse. So I was pretty pissed about that because that would have been a first major label type of thing. This is a fuckery that people talk about, though, when they talk about the music industry. Like, because this label that we were doing it with, they'd had like major chart success. There was an R&B group called CDB. I think it was like Create, Dream, Believe it stood for. It was like these 4 guys.
Nice.
And they did like, pretty dope R&B, but like they were like charting and maybe even like #1, like big records. So they had like platinum plaques in the studio and stuff. So like for us, it was like, oh man, this is pretty sick to be working with them. For me, that's why I was like playing it back, because they didn't sign me. I was just some guy hanging around who was just friends with their dude, Yeah, so I got fucked too. On track 10, that Get Off the Floor, I played the guitar and the bass on that one, so Rev was kind of like telling me what he wanted, because I could play guitar.
That's right.
Like, I played guitar and bass. That was pretty cool. So we actually
tight.
be able to do that. What else we got here? Trying to see if there's any songs. Tommy Gunn's Interlude is one of the greatest songs of all time.
One of the greatest, like one verse things you'll hear. It's unbelievable. If you want to like personify Aussie rap and actually someone that's good, that has a natural Aussie accent, that is probably one of the best choices you could ever give someone.
Yeah, he's great. That's why he was end up
so bogan.
So I don't know if it's bogan. It's just insanely Aussie, like insanely Australian. Like, because he's talking
Bogan
like cricket references.
Yeah, he has like intellectual references. He's a smart rapper. He's a smart dude, period. But like, he doesn't have across the how you going, bogan sort of thing. He speaks very Aussie, yes, but I don't think bogan is the right term, because he's not being dumb with how he speaks.
Yes, correct. So it's funny because even like there was a whole thing back in the day about the way that we rap. So Tommy raps in the very, very Australian speaking voice way, and we never did that. And there was a very small scene of people that did that. And like, say, Adverse, we were talking before, the dude who didn't want anyone to know he was still rapping. He would explain some of Tommy's lines to me. He's like, look, it's really well done, but it's so fucking Aussie, bro, because he hated all that stuff. And his crew, I knew him because he was in a crew called Battletown, and they were the first people to help us up. That's where Weapon X is from, Dan, that we were talking about the other day. Was from this other crew. So I might have to just move me so we can see some stuff here. Go. And then, oops, here we go. I keep using that on the wrong one. And then basically, if there's any other real song to be talking about there was like these songs here. If I can, there you go.
Slipping with Vida.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that either. Cool. And then Waiting was like one of the sort of more like classics, like the great. Waiting and Waiting Part 2. They were like the real like kind of more. That's
Waiting Forever was the better one, right?
Waiting Forever was the better one, correct? Well, no, you're 100% right. And Music, those ones at the end. They were very much like they dictated them. You could probably hear that down, that they dictated the music that we very much continued in that path, I guess. And at the time, just for context, this is when we were listening to Kanye in like 2002. We were listening to the leaks of College Dropout. We were listening to through all of this time. So 2002 and 2003, like College Dropout came out the day I left and went to Hawaii on the way to going to live in Canada. And so we were listening to all the Kanye things. So we were trying to rap a bit like him. We're trying to make the beats like him. The song Track 18, Always There, that was a Dipset one. We also, Diplomatic Immunity came out when we were making it. So that's when we were doing that. And all the fucking like...
The Joel's stuff. I did that, the Joel's sort of things on my mixtapes too. Like it's crazy.
But this was the beginning of all of that. So yes, we kept doing all of that, but this was the beginning. So basically, that's sort of the main stuff I could think of as far as stories for it. What was from someone, Dan, who'd sort of seen our old shit, or new stuff, I'm sorry, and then hearing this, what were your thoughts on like the project? And you don't have to like be just honest. You don't have to say it's good because it's
yeah. No, it was sick. I'm not gonna lie, it was sick. It was stuff which I hadn't heard in a long time, especially with the R&B mixed with the rap.
Okay.
Because a lot of time now you don't get really intense rap beats with R&B singers on it. So like, for example, Becca, she would be singing on like super soulful voice, but then it'll be like proper intense rap instrumental. I haven't heard a song like that since there's a song with Gigs. I think the female artist is, I think her name's Shola Amma, but she's like singing her heart out. She's not singing her heart out, but it's like a proper grime instrumental, and it's like, it's sick for the time period. It was sick. Right now you don't really see that. It sounds very old when people do that, but it is sick to see. In general, the project was sick. I could tell You guys will see it's very inspired by Eminem in the way he raps on this.
You think so, eh?
See a lot of Eminem in this.
It's crazy.
How
A
so?
lot. More in the way of, I'd have to play you a song. I'd have to play you a song to be able to compare. But it's more like the delivery of some of the lines, and it's mainly the delivery. It's not new Eminem, but it's like old Eminem. Like
That
good
was
Eminem.
what I was listening to at
That was
the time.
that was good Eminem. 03 Eminem.
Yeah. So it's kind of like remind me a lot of that.
Hmm.
And you could see a lot of clear influences, but like, obviously the project
that.
is good. It defo
It's
sounds
dated, right?
dated. Yes,
Yeah.
it defo sounds dated. That's the thing. And Tommy Guns is so Australian. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I think his song is so good, but
He's a genius.
So Australian,
Good job.
so Aussie. But no, overall it was good, man. It was good. It didn't feel like 20 projects when I was listening to it.
No, the songs, like, and like I said, 20 songs, which is a lot, but they're all like, a lot of them are short. Like, there's a lot of songs that were just like, even the Brown Sugar that me and Camille did was like a verse and a hook. I think my verse is 12 bars, and then she did a little hook. So the thing goes for like less than a minute, probably. A lot of, Tommy Guns, maybe a minute or so. Like, a lot of these, these tracks are pretty short, so it was supposed to be kind of just like that. But do you see the Kanye in it, and do you see this as maybe, I would say that this is the strongest foundation of what we do today. I would say that's a fair thing to say.
I could definitely see the Ye, but I do honestly see more M than Ye on this.
So in
the
rapping as a
in the rapping and the delivery and the bars, like that's what I mainly saw when I was listening. I was like, okay, this is really very similar to 03 Eminem for sure. But I could definitely see the Ye influence as well.
Okay.
And but like. Overall, it's a good project. Definitely, but my only main criticism is like it definitely sounds dated.
Yeah,
and a lot of these random other rappers that are on it, they're fine as well. They're fine.
Yeah,
really,
I feel like there were. I mean, aside from Adverse, Adams is a very dope MC in my opinion. But like, there was no other. You know what? There wasn't even that many other rappers. Now I'm looking at it. It was literally just
minimal features. Yeah, it's mainly just you and fucking Rev.
Yeah, you're right, and Gunny. Yeah,
Adverts
that's it. And the rest are singers.
It's all singles.
So I guess Revelino maybe because he's on most of the songs too. I think I was on 12 of the 20 songs, if I remember correctly, without counting. And Rev must have been something similar to that, probably, between us all. Because there's a few, even just me and Camille, a couple of them here. Like, Music is me and her, and so is the other one, the Brown Sugar. So, anyway, it's a cool project that kind of gives you an idea. I'm going to leave a link to this to the SoundCloud in the description of the episode, so y'all can check it out. So this is what we're going to do, kind of like each week go through a different project. And next week will be Notion's first mixtape called It's My Turn. So we're going to kind of like alternate.
Embarrassing.
We'll probably go, no, it's not embarrassing at all. I think we're going to go like, it'll be alternating.
It's definitely not embarrassing. It's
not embarrassing. I think I'm going to do it in chronological order, actually. So then the next one is Notion's My Turn as well, and that's like Notion's first thing, and we can explain sort of the way that looks. So at the time as well, TMF didn't exist in 2004. That didn't start till like 2008. So Notion's first project and my first sort of mixtape in a different group was also not TMF. And the Notion was there for most of this stuff. Like, he'd come through the studio a lot, but he wasn't like involved in it. And just like I wasn't involved in his mixtape, I was a little bit, but not probably more than Notion was in Soul District. But it was like the very early days and getting to work together and stuff. We were all doing stuff, obviously, but like, of course, he was Notion. You were learning how the fuck to rap.
I was looking at Rev how to chop up beats. I was asking him a million questions. I was writing down notes. I was playing with the MPC. And then, you showed me how to structure verses anyway. So then, but also you would teach me on the go, because sometimes I was doing 24s instead of 16s, and you'd have to show me how to do 8-bar hooks instead of 4, and like count bars properly and make sure you're getting it right. So so I was watching Rev pick the soul samples with the records. We were digging together, and then I'd actually help me like, sometimes we'd like that. I'm like that bit. He's like, yeah, and then we'd have But yeah, he showed me how to pick stuff, and I learned that just from repetition. And then I was loving being the fly on the wall, dude, because like I got to see from sample selection to chopping it up to figuring out a hook, doing doo-doo da-das and fucking speaking like a baby to get the pattern right. and then making lyrics fit, and then you showing me how to fix it. Dude, it was learning. It was like fucking make a song 101 start to finish. And then we go into the other studio where Rudy was, and he'd learn how to mix and master a little bit. And that was like, dude, I had my finger in every pie in that process. I saw it all. And yeah, good pause. And that was so sick, dude. Fundamental to all the shit that I do now. So good. Just being amongst it was amazing. So yeah, I loved it, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun to kind of go back and listen to this stuff. Like I said, we didn't listen to this stuff ever. I don't listen to my own. I just don't want to hear it. You make it and you hear it a million times. I don't want to fucking hear it.
It's too much.
But yeah, it's cool. This is fun. So I feel like we're gonna basically rock this every week. We've got a lot of projects, so we're gonna keep going through them all, and we'll put all the links in the description. Just do one per week, so that we can actually go into this much detail. And it's good as well to get your feedback on everything, Dan. Just get your honest thoughts on stuff, because it's like it's so far removed as well, because it was so long ago. It's like, it's even for us, it's like, it feels like you're looking back at you watching ourselves do it type of thing. Like you feel a bit disconnected because it was so fucking long ago. But yeah, beautiful. Alrighty, so we've got a bunch of little things to go through here. We can just see if we can get to the tier list at the end. So it looks like Drake and Cole today announced that they are continuing the It's All a Blur tour with those two as the co-headliners, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Which is pretty sick.
They haven't announced cities though. Is that correct?
No, they've announced cities.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, let me go on the website. I've got it here actually.
Okay, yeah, pull it up.
Let me just pull it up.
Because it's all you said. It's all the states, right?
All the states. So Denver, San Antonio, Oklahoma City, New Orleans, Tampa, Nashville, St. Louis. Let me see what else.
Are they in North Carolina?
No.
Oh,
Nashville, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Cleveland, Buffalo, New York.
They're in Buffalo?
Kansas.
Oh, we might go to Buffalo.
Yeah, we could go Buffalo. Yeah.
When's that?
That's Feb 27th.
It's past. Oh, okay.
It's just past my birthday.
Yeah, we might be dipping though. Depends what happens. Okay.
Kansas City, Memphis, Lexington, Elmont, State College, Sunrise. Yeah, Birmingham. They're doing bad shit.
Damn.
But the last four I just said don't have Cole in it. It's just Drake.
Okay. So just keeping it moving with that. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Sick.
Okay. Gonna look into Buffalo. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it'll all sell quickly. You have to know
on
now.
the 17th.
If I got my way though, we'd be almost in Florida by that point. So I don't know if if all goes to plan. We haven't locked anything in yet. So okay, we shall see. Something else pretty funny that happened that's worth talking about. We won't go into it because I guess we keep talking about it. But basically, Lil Yachty said that rap is in a terrible place right now.
When he's saying that,
yeah. And people were like, my favorite comment was someone said this is aggressively ironic.
Aggressively is rude.
I'm trying to find that. It's rude, but pretty in alignment with, and all the comments were basically saying the same thing. And Yachty was even tweeting about it, like kind of complaining that people were saying this shit. I'm trying to find. I should have had it brought up. I'm sorry. I wanted just to hear it. Oh my goodness! Hip hop is in a terrible place. It's a lot of quick, low quality music being put out. The state of hip hop right now is a lot of imitations. A lot of quick, low quality music being put out. It's a lot less risk taking. It's a lot less originality. And he was on. He got interviewed by Rolling Stone. That's why. So everyone's like, "That's what you're doing." But I guess technically, he did some pretty original shit and took risks with that last project. So.
Yeah,
there were people standing up for him. There were people shitting on him. It's just funny.
Overall, he's all right, mate. He's not.
I'm not mad. If you're gonna put him in the rap category, then yeah, he's not the best rapper, but in his own category, he's good. So
that's a fair fucking point. That's a fair point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We did have that discussion last week. So
Defo doesn't copy shit, and he's very original with the shit he does. So
that's all you can ask for, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he seems cool. So I mean, that's whatever.
I definitely have a beer with the cunt. I wouldn't do a song with him, but
actually,
maybe you could probably. You know what? Squeeze out some talent out of that cunt. You'd be like, you know what? Can we?
Do you know what's interesting? We're just talking about Soul District, right? That Empress Camille, the singer, Jamaican singer, when basically the Roger, the dude who was bringing, he was like, yo, he would show us people and be like, yo, what do you guys think of these cunts? You want us to bring him down to work with us? And I would be they would take my opinion on this. And I remember hearing Camille, and I was like, I didn't like the songs that she was releasing. Like, they weren't great. She seemed to have a cool voice, and she looked cool. So I was like, look, I'm not loving this music, but she seems cool, so maybe we could do something there. And then she came down, and then she got in our vibe. So anyone that came to work with us, we got them on our vibe. And then
cool.
They produced much better results than their previous stuff. And I've always tried to rock with that. Like, if you work with somebody and you can bring them enough into your world and, like, get them to, like, try and do, listen to some feedback and be like, yo, why don't we try doing this and blah, blah, blah. Like, you can get a pretty good result out of damn near anybody if you're able to do that. I've found that happens with us all the time. There's been a bunch of cats we've worked. That's only one I can think of. And I know it wasn't that wasn't the last time that happened. There's a bunch of people that were brought around or whatever wanted to rock. And I was like, I don't know. And then you rock with them. And if you can work together and do everything like that, then it can be pretty sick. So I think with that being said, could turn things around for the old boat. All right, so there was that. Now Jack Harlow is back in business after the Jackman album. He dropped a new single, a new video. I forgot what it was called. Did anyone?
Called Jack Harlow.
It had
Loving on Me.
There you go, and it was. Well, it's got the what's the YOLO bass line?
Oh, motto. The motto.
The motto.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, big rip-off. We talked about that on Techstars.
Yeah, so I mean, there's that, but everyone's just sampling everybody.
I was annoyed.
And it was like, it was interesting because it's like he's going back to the album before last on these more poppier type of dancey songs after just doing that grimier shit, which actually makes complete sense. You'd come back, show the rappity rap dudes, you're like, yo, bitch, I do this, and then be like, all right, back to making money from the clubs. So
yeah, I think that's completely fair.
I didn't enjoy. I watched it, but kind of like I was doing something else, and I didn't really realize that Tiff was watching a video. I couldn't see the screen. I was like, "Oh, okay," and I wasn't inspired enough to go and watch the full thing. Like, it's not really.
I've watched it. It's not for me. Yeah,
not for you either. Okay,
not for me. It's not. It's a pop song. It's like First Class.
Yeah,
it's not
that's
for
true.
Me. It's like it's whatever. I'm not mad at it, but it's not something I would download personally.
Okay. But it does make sense for his brand to be going back to that, I guess. As much as it's like, that's a shame. Yeah, it makes sense for him to do it. So, yeah, more power to him. Maybe, like, that's just the first single, and maybe the rest of it is less poppy or whatever.
What, is he releasing an album?
My guess is, if he's putting out a single, I imagine that's because he had an album. And he's trying to work on that. But they didn't say. So okay. I guess he'll probably announce it, because a lot of time people put out a single and just not even say. Then 3 months later, they're like, album coming Friday, whatever. Okay. So on the flip side of that, our friend Mike Shasta Mike, who used to be part of TMF, a rapper in Melbourne, keeps sending videos of Chris. It's Chris Rivers, right? Like Pun's son.
Yeah.
And he's just insane. It's like the complete rapidy raps, but it's so like. It's just it's so good that it's so much in, like J. Cole was saying, like the different track and field, like the sprinter lane. It's just rapidy raps, like rapid fire shit, like fucking multis on multis and stuff. It's just very impressive. He's just rapping over everything and this. I really like Dan. If you see I like his captions. I don't know if we can do captions like that.
Yeah,
for some stuff. I like those captions. They're cool for like the fast videos because they're almost like fiery little font or something. Cool effects.
Now.
You know what I noticed?
Yeah, what'd you notice?
The beats that he's rapping over, the industry classic beats that, he's manipulated them. Sometimes he's slowing them down. Sometimes he's like, EQing them like different. They're not all verbatim like think. He's changed them a little bit. A lot of them slowed down.
I have a guess then. Is that if he does that, he gets past any of the copyright claims.
Robots.
Yeah.
So then that's actually the best way to do it, is to whatever it is, speed it up, slow it down.
It's always original audio when it comes up on Instagram and etc. Because he's probably just manipulated the beat in his program, laced his shit to it, and then he's done that video performance, and it's good to go. So his face is 95% in front of the fucking.
And it's always covered by the microphone too, which is like
with the windsock on it, so it's extra fluffy. You can't see shit. So he probably does everything in one take, so it takes 2 seconds. Is that the fucking freestyle 60 something or whatever it is?
Yeah, I don't know what
maybe lower. Sure.
Freestyle 025 is the last one I sent through.
So.
Oh, because it was Pun's birthday.
Yeah. But he's been
the subtitles are they're a lot, but like it's I think it's possible, but I don't think we need that.
Do you think we need it?
I don't think we need that. No.
I love it. I like seeing it.
It's cool. It's cool. I think the rap.
Some of them are phenomenal, but other ones are very fast and like they go over the head, so it's not exactly as entertaining and smooth.
It's not for me. That his obviously he's talented, but it's not.
Well, there's no auto tune, so that's why you don't like it.
It's real rap.
Yeah, true.
Real
he's
rap
just
gimmicks.
He's doing the Eminem. I'm like,
he's
talented, but I'm like, okay, fair. Like it's not my thing.
I understand. I'm not mad at you. Just upset.
It's okay.
Okay, well, since you don't want to talk about real rap, let's talk about the Grammys.
Okay, here we go.
So the Grammy nominations dropped for the 2024 Grammys in February. And here are record. Let's just go through some of the stuff we care about. Okay. Record of the year. That's just song of the year, isn't it? Really?
That's just song of the year. Yeah.
I don't think we.
I was confused by some of the nominees for some of the categories because I saw some of the rap and R&B overlapping, and I'm like, this isn't R&B whatsoever.
Interesting. I didn't even look at this, so that's interesting. Okay.
It was weird. I saw some weird unless I was reading it wrong, but like I saw some weird overlapping shit.
Okay. So let's see if we can get to that. So I didn't really care to read out the song of the year, album of the year. Who do we care about? Nobody. It's like Miley Cyrus, fucking Boy Genius. Never heard of him. Lana Del Rey, Janelle Monáe. Interesting. Olivia Rodrigo. Everyone talks about.
SZA. Okay,
SZA. I hope SZA wins. Taylor Swift. Blah blah blah. Now, song of the year. So I know what the difference with the songwriter award, whereas like record of the year is like the artist. Gotcha.
Okay.
So song of the year. Oh. Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift, same people. Dua Lipa, Miley Cyrus, SZA, blah blah blah. Okay, cool, whatever. Best new artist: Gracie Abrams, Fred Again, Ice Spice, Jelly Roll, Coco Jones, Noah Kahan, Victoria Monet, The War Entry. I know 3 of them.
Give it to Ice Spice.
Let's pull it Fred Again.
So apparently, you know who that is? I've never heard of him.
I know Fred Again. He's a producer, DJ.
Really cool on YouTube. On YouTube.
So Ice Spice apparently got nominated for 4 Grammys, and all the heads like us are just like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like,
she's hot.
Yeah, she's super.
I'm not surprised that she got nominated. I'm really not.
No,
not at all.
For 4 Grammys though.
Yeah,
like it's supposed to have excellence.
So popular.
Yeah, but
like it makes complete sense to me.
I don't know if isn't Grammy supposed to award excellence, not popularity?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think. Well, maybe that's maybe what it was built for, but like it's defo not the case anyway. Like, because if it was the case, then a lot of the best rappers of all time would have way more Grammys.
That's a good fucking point because Nas only got his first one last year, I think, or this year.
There you go. And people say Nas is the GOAT. So
interesting. Okay, so anyway, I think it's fair. Whatever. Producer of the year, non-classical. So I guess that just means like normal shit, like pop music. So this fucking guy did Taylor Swift stuff. Someone did Victoria Monet stuff. Hit Boy, who's done a lot of shit. Metro Boomin also done a lot of shit. And someone else someone looks like they're doing Olivia Rodrigo stuff. So it's all the same hand, like parts of people. Same like batches of people doing the same. I don't know how much we even care about this. Songwriter of the year. Songwriter, so then there's people probably writing all the same shit from the same motherfuckers. I don't even give a fuck, let's be honest.
Nah, fuck that.
Pop and dance, no one cares about that. Skip. Rock metal alternative. Skip. R&B, rap, and spoken word.
Spoken word, okay.
So best
what we got?
R&B performance is Summer Too Hot from Chris Brown. Back to Love from Robert Glasgow with Sir and Alex Isley. Coco Jones, ICU. Huh?
That would be tight. I like Robbie
Yes.
Glass bands.
He's probably good. Victoria Monet, How Does It Make You Feel, and Kill Bill by SZA. So SZA is
Give it to
cleaning
SZA.
up.
She's cleaning up, man. That
Yeah.
song's a banger. I
So
love
hang on, that
song.
was best R&B performance. Now best traditional R&B performance. So now there's okay. So that's more like the bangers. This is probably the softer stuff. Babyface with Coco Jones, Simple. Kenyon Dixon, Lucky. Victoria Monet with Earth, Wind and Fire. Interesting. Hollywood.
Oh,
PJ Morton featuring Susan Carroll, Good Morning, and SZA, Love Language. That's my jam. I hope that one wins. Now best R&B song. These are all so negligible, eh? Like, these fucking categories are so basically the same
they're
shit.
just so funny.
Fucking hell. And these is probably... Oh, this is a songwriter's one. That's probably why. But okay, sure.
Okay.
Angel from Haley, like Chloe and Haley. Back to Love, Robert Glasper, same shit. Coco Jones, ICU, same shit. On My Mama, Victoria Monet, and Snooze by SZA. She's been getting different songs, a lot of different songs submitted.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
She's almost, that to me says she's pretty much going to clean up, I would say.
Hopefully.
Black. Okay, so this is best progressive R&B album. Black, Since I Have a Lover. I don't love that album.
What's progressive R&B? And I didn't like that album really either. It was fine.
Oh, it was pretty fucking mid, honestly. Black is great.
Fine. Like, yeah.
At best, it's like fine. Yeah. Like, we listened to it maybe twice and we're like, no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
Diddy, the Love album, that one was actually great.
Apparently it was really... I never listened to it. I need to tune in.
Check it. Tiff fucking loves it. Was bumping. There's a few like slappers on there. Like I quite like it. Grew on me a lot, to be honest. It's very similar to a Khaled approach.
Okay,
I would say.
I like that.
So keep that in mind when you listen to it. Very pop and very like, and a lot of the same people repeating, and they're not all big names. There's a bunch of these people who are newer artists that I'd never heard of, and they're actually pretty fucking good. All I was thinking was like, I hope you don't fuck him over, did he? Jesus.
Does he have his son on it?
I think so. King Combs, I think he goes by.
King Combs, yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
We could double check that, but I'm pretty sure. What else? Terrace Martin, James Fauntleroy, album called Nova, Janelle Monáe, Age of Pleasure, and SZA, SOS. So that SZA has to win that. Now, best R&B album as opposed to best progressive R&B album. Fucking, I don't even know. Babyface, Coco Jones, Emily King, Victoria Monet, Summer Walker. Summer Walker's an interesting one. See, why is that R&B and not progressive? Is that because it's slow? Fuck, bro.
I don't know.
Who even knows?
Okay, here this is it.
Rappity raps. Here we go. All right, so this is best rap performance. Baby Keem and Kendrick, The Hillbillies. Black Thought, Love Letter. Drake and 21, Rich Flex. Killer Mike with Andre 3K, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane, Scientists and Engineers, which is a great song. And Coil Ray, Players. It's like you can't even like guess. Like the Killer Mike song is fire because it's got an Andre 3K verse on it. Rich Flex is pretty.
The biggest song.
That was a big song
of the year. Like it was. Huge.
I'd say it's the biggest song by far out of all of these.
By far. Yeah.
So like,
Hillbillies is pretty new. So
yeah, it's like pretty new and it's weird. So I kind of feel
it kind of grew on me. I kind of liked it.
Okay, so maybe it's one I grow up. But if Drake and 21 don't win that, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
But I would like Killer Mike to win. Also, because it's got Future on it. Our interests are converging, my guy.
That is true.
Yeah.
We both want him to win.
We all do. All of us do. All right. This is what I love about the Grammys. Best melodic rap performance. This is what I'm talking about. Because it separates everything. And this is what you're talking about, Dan, because SZA's in this category for no fucking reason.
I am confused. Why is Kill Bill an R&B song and this song Low? Is it Low or Love? I can't read it.
Low.
Why is this not an R&B song, but it's a melodic rap song?
There's no reason for that, so.
Isn't Kill Bill more of a melodic rap song?
You'd argue that, yeah.
With an R&B hook.
I would think this is... Shouldn't there be a Future song in here, or shouldn't it be like a Little Baby or a fucking... You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and even Doja Cat. Like, I don't know what song that is. I don't know that song,
How is she?
And Burna Boy, The Sitting on Top of the World. Fucking great song. It is not melodic rap. It's Afrobeats. It's a different genre.
Yeah, that's Afrobeats.
Featuring a rapper. Like, that's ridiculous. This is making the Grammys look like clowns. Like, this is pretty crazy.
They've always been clowns, dude.
They've always been clowns. You're right. But it's like, this is really ridiculous. Like, you can't explain any of this. Because then it's also got melodic rap. Drake and 21 when they were just in the other category for Spin About You. Which, cool, it's a bit more of a slower song or whatever, but... And even the All My Life, Lil Durk and Cole, it's just rap.
Really? That's just rap.
Like even Durk, I didn't think had an auto tune on this song
That was
because he did a song
rap.
with Cole. Like, anyway, that's fucking the whole shit is whack. Now it's best rap song.
Yeah.
So Doja Cat again for Attention, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, Barbie World. Oh my god,
That was super.
for best
big.
rap song. Oh my god.
That's fucking bullshit.
Lil Uzi Vert, Just Wanna
Very
Rock.
big mixtape.
That should
Oh,
be
that's-
in the
that's gonna
melodic
win.
rap.
That's gonna win.
Rich Flex again in the Scientists and Engineers joint. Dad,
I
this makes
just
no
wanna
sense.
Rock will win that, but I don't know.
It's not a rap
melodic
song.
rap? It's not a
How's it
rap
fucking a rap
song.
song, bro?
It's not really a melodic rap either. I don't really know what it is. Like, yeah, this is weird, man. But I
None
think
of
I
this
just
is-
want to rock will win. It's so popular.
It's so fucking yeah. I mean, if that's all that is popular, I don't even know how they even vote. Because I'm a vote.
it has
I was
to
a judge twice for the Juno, so I imagine they just have people like me who are in the recording academy, and they just send them through as whoever people vote for. Because I don't know who else there is, and I hear as well with Junos, there's like 10 judges for each category. So like if I don't do my shit, it actually really impacts it. So like I imagine it's the same with this. It's probably like 10 cunts deciding this.
10 cunts.
And what they do, they give you because I guess I can talk about it because after the fact, it's a 10 cunner. They give you like about a list of like 50 artists maybe, right? In the R&B.
Okay.
I've done R&B twice. And they talk about like I've got to go through, they're in alphabetical order, and sometimes they have one song, sometimes they have 3 songs from an artist. So then like you go through, because I think I'm picking like best R&B artist or whatever the fuck it is, like whatever it is. I don't think they have all of this deep as far as song and blah blah blah. So then you listen to the first round and there's like a shit ton, and you basically got to just listen to a little bit of everybody, and you make like a top 10 and you shuffle it. Then like a month later it's cut down to say 10, and then everyone's going to put that in an order, and then that's how you get your top 5 for the nominations and then the winner.
It's a lot.
So it's a lot of work, but I know, I
A lot
think
of
it's
work.
cool. So
Yeah.
best rap album is Her Loss, Killer Mike, Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains, Nas, King's Disease 3, and Travis Scott, Utopia. This is cool to me. This is cool because this is a mix of new stuff with Metro and with say Drake, and then it's got and Travis, and then it's got some boom bap with Killer Mike and Nas and stuff. Like, I like this. This is my favorite one so far. I think this is a pretty balanced.
That's a pretty bad,
list.
Utopia takes it, I think. I don't know.
I'd be
It's,
surprised
either,
if
it's
it didn't.
between that and
Her Loss,
Heroes
for
and
sure.
Villains, I think. I don't
You think Her Loss wouldn't get it?
No, I don't think it
Wow.
would. I don't think it, other than the biggest singles, I don't think it blew up like that in comparison to Heroes and Villains is everywhere. And then same with Utopia is massive. That's definitely the best like album that's been released. So I don't know.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. So that'll be an interesting one to watch. I think that one's one we care about. Spoken word poetry. Sorry, no. Oh, Jay Ivy. Good for you. Oh, that's it? That's all we
it.
care about, huh?
That's
There's
it.
a little jazz,
Latin jazz.
Latin jazz.
country.
Oh,
We change this to a Latin jazz podcast, boys. Gospel.
let's do
We
it.
could. That's an
Oh,
easy pivot.
gospel. Let's see.
See, on
got?
Kanye. Where's Kanye? If Kanye's on, yeah.
No.
I don't see Kanye. I'm not into it.
No.
That's it. We're off that. Off that.
Ooh. Contemporary Christian music performance or song.
Ooh.
Yay, no yay, and we off that.
Okay,
Best
okay.
gospel album, no yay, we off that. Contemporary Christian, no yay. Oh, Lecrae's in there. Church Clothes 4. I like that.
Oh, 4.
Roots gospel. What the fuck is roots gospel?
Go
Oh.
root your gospel, mate.
All right, that's enough of that. So anyway, that's the Grammys, so that's fun.
Good stuff. I
What
guess.
else we
Good
got?
stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's good stuff.
I guess.
Okay, let's just quickly run through. Oh no, we're doing all right for time. Okay, so UFC 295.
Oh,
You guys can
wow.
talk about it. I watched it, but I was like high, and I had my mother-in-law here, so I was like,
wow.
the whole thing I want to say was Bill Burr's wife threw the double bird to
I saw that.
Trump,
I saw that to
and
Trump.
now everyone's mad at her and Bill Burr, and then Trump got a massive. So I saw the video today because Dan, you were saying when we were texting watching it, you were like, "Yo, they're going nuts for Trump."
What the fuck?
I had it on
Everyone
silent.
erupted, fam.
Yeah,
It
I
was
never.
so
It was
funny.
great. And this was in New
Like-
York.
Kid Rock and the other cast,
Yeah.
dude. Can't say anyone.
Tucker
Yeah,
Carlson.
yeah.
Tucker the
Like
goat.
they were
The goat.
every single time Trump was on like the big screen on TV. Everyone was going crazy. Like it was more of a pop than any fighter, any other celebrity. Like it was crazy. Like I was
say
like,
it?
wow,
Should I say it?
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So
Don't I say it? I won't say it.
it's
Should I say
gonna
it?
happen. It's
won't say
gonna
it.
happen. It's gonna happen.
I won't say it. But you guys know.
But still, we know what's gonna happen.
You two know, but does the world know? We say it a lot. That's fine. Anyway.
Fucking hell. That's
But
so
still,
funny.
Tell us
it
about
was
Punchy
so
Fighties.
funny.
Yeah.
It was so fucking
Punchy
good.
Fighties
Every fight, no fight went to decision. Every fight was a knockout. It was
Yeah,
so
it was.
fucking good.
But
It
I didn't
was
know any
such
of
a
these
good event.
cunts. Like, was anything like an upset or like
And if who do you think upset wise, not necessarily, but let's say for example, okay, so the main event Pereira won by knocking him out, but then it was kind of like the guy who Pereira was fighting, he just relinquished his belt because of an injury. He wasn't shit. He didn't lose. He was so good, and then Pereira absolutely schooled him.
Gotcha.
And then everyone was like, whoa, okay, like he is the real deal. Because Pereira used to fight at middleweight, but you see he's massive. He struggled to make weight every time. Because he's a 200-pounder. Like, and you can't go down to 180 just that easy. So
20 pounds is a lot. Yeah. Fuck.
that's a lot. But it was more than 200 it's more than 20 pounds yet.
What's the next he went to 180 for this?
He's a light heavyweight, which is I believe it's 205.
So Rogan always says there should be extra weight classes. He said the UFC weight classes are ridiculous, and you're forcing people to do the dehydration to lose the weight.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then they have to quickly rehydrate before a fight, and it fucks them up. Like it's not good for your body. So they're saying boxing has much smarter weight divisions, which would allow the UFC to sort of be a lot more. Probably like helpful for the fighters and stuff because it seems like obviously it's a tax on your body because you're getting your shit kicked out of you and you're kicking the shit out of someone else. Like
it's bad. It's
let
bad.
cunts, make it easier. Make them every 10 pounds or something like that,
No,
so
but-
everyone will fit in something.
The difference between like some of the categories is crazy. Like middleweight to light heavyweight is crazy. That's 185 pounds to 205 pounds.
Yeah,
So that's 20 pounds.
pounds of muscle.
But then
we're saying fat. This is muscle in these men. It's different. That's a lot.
it's different. But then the difference between light heavyweight and heavyweight is 60 pounds. So it's like you'll
huge.
never be able
One
to do
class in
that
between
unless.
that.
What if you're in the middle? You either got to lose 30 or put on 30.
Yeah, exactly.
That's incredible.
But that's why it's dumb.
a
That's
lot.
what Rogan was saying.
That's why
so-
it's dumb. Yeah, it's insane.
Okay.
30 is too much. There should be a class in the middle between those two.
Yeah. The one where they do have in between is the welterweight, I guess, because welterweight is 15 pounds below middleweight, and it's 15 pounds above lightweight. So
It'll
I
just mean
guess-
more fights. They'll have more fucking more bottom line. They should have done it ages ago.
Great
Why-
point.
Why is,
More fights,
why is
more
Dana,
cards.
Why is Dana White
Yeah.
slipping on that one? He's like a fucking, he's not shit.
Billionaire.
He only cares about money.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so-
bro, why did they take Nosh Doggy to be like, hey, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do it.
Anyway,
Probably
I
a
should get
better
him on
person
the.
than
I'll
Dana.
get Dana on the blow and be like, listen, bro,
Just tweet him, bro.
make a couple of true. Make a couple of extra fucking things. So,
He'll
Dan,
respond,
would you
he'll
fight in
respond.
UFC, mate? Would you fight, mate?
I would like to. Yeah, why not? Fuck it, I would, but I'd lose. But like,
Okay,
I feel like
choice.
getting true. Well, getting prepared for the fights is what I fear more than actually fighting. Is what I think.
It's a lot. Training is.
It's a lot, man.
hectic.
That's a lot. That's years. I'm just like, I can't do that, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I don't want to hurt people, really. I don't want to get hurt.
I don't want to get.
Not
I don't
interested.
get hurt. I don't get hurt. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And what else happened?
Being injured
Oh,
sucks. Yeah.
Being injured sucks. It's the worst. And the co-main event, the heavyweight fight, the person who won, Tom Aspinall, the UK guy, he took the fight on 2 weeks' notice.
I did
So
hear that.
that's
Good
like
for him.
pretty much an upset, I guess. And then I guess everyone thought of the Benoit Saint Denis fight, the one where the French guy knocked out the American guy. I don't think anyone expected that to end like that. I feel
Right.
like people thought it would be more of a contest, but then this Benoit guy is like serious. So
Okay.
But
Big
yeah,
ups,
like
Benoit.
overall, it was so good. Just a
Oh, yeah.
knockout in every single fight. It was so good.
It was
Such a
entertaining.
good event. Such a good. And the next one, the final one for the year, is in Las Vegas, which is the fight capital.
And when is that event?
That is December 16th.
Oh shit! Okay, like right before
And
Christmas.
yeah, Leon Edwards is fighting Colby Covington, so it's gonna be
That'd be a good
so
one.
good.
Fuck yeah,
So
Leon's
good.
cool.
And Tony Ferguson fighting Paddy Plimbit, which is like gonna
Oh,
be
I've
a
heard of
sick
Tony.
fight.
All right.
Both of them are so good, so it's gonna be amazing. And then the one after that is in Toronto. So
We were
let's see
talking
what
about
we
that.
can
Yeah, next year we'll see what the prices are because we were saying in Miami, I remember it being wild expensive for nosebleeds. And I know it's a long event, so I understand that's probably why it's more expensive. Like it's like an 8-hour event. It's not like an hour and a half where you pull up, you buy a beer, you watch the show, you dip. Like this is like some serious dedication. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So okay, that's fun.
We'll see.
All right, last couple things before we. I guess we won't have time for the tier list this week.
Yeah.
But it's okay. All right. So the one thing that was interesting that I think Dan you sent it through was "Good Kid, Mad City" is the longest charting rap album of all time with over 500 weeks in the Billboard 200, and it's the 15th longest charting album of any genre, with over 550 weeks of. Probably, maybe some of it was outside of the 200, so that's probably why it's still technically on the chart, but just not within the 200. So that's pretty crazy. Longest charting of all time.
Crazy.
That's from 2012.
2012. It's a long time.
Very cool. Very, very cool. What else was interesting here? DOC, there's this video, I don't know if we saw it, but DOC told a story how he basically co-wrote the A Number G Thang verse for Snoop. Because he said when he met Snoop that they were... Snoop was like he could rap, but he couldn't write a verse for shit. Like he didn't know how to structure a song and stuff. So he sent him off to write the G Thing verse, and he came back and he had to like, all right, see that part here, that should go at the top here. Then you take this there. That's how it's like my dude DOC. No one could do it better because he's like, yeah, I put my name in it. So that's why he put that line in it. But he helped him write it all. It was really interesting when you hear like Snoop must have been 20, whatever, younger, 18. And just coming in, can rap, but couldn't really put a thing together. So you had to show him how to actually, put the verse together for a classic song, which is even more interesting.
Yeah, that's like a big song as well.
Yeah.
So.
And you just think that it just comes right out, but nah, like even cats like Snoop needed help, piecing it all together, which is very interesting. And maybe we'll wrap it up on this one. So one of the posts that we had in our chat was just the top 5 producers of all time.
Okay.
I think this is more so than rappers, probably a more subjective thing. Okay. I feel like maybe there's a little more. I feel like it's like who do you like? Because I feel like it's like, I mean, maybe it's equally as subjective. I don't know, but just to me, I don't know. I have more of an. If I think of the GOAT rappers, I have very obvious people in mind. With the GOAT producers, I feel like there's like, well, who do I like? Because everyone's going to say like Primo or something, but not everybody thinks. No, most people don't know who fucking Primo is outside of hip hop circles type of shit. A little bit, but you know what I mean? So I feel like it's just less obvious. So I don't know if you guys have like, I don't think I've ever put like the top 5 producer list together.
Top 5 is hard, but
so difficult to get. At least give me 10.
Difficult.
No, let's do 5. Let's make it harder.
Let me see.
Okay,
Hip-hop
so the first
producers.
question: does anybody have a clear number 1? I do.
Yeah,
I don't think I have an order, but like there's
so.
definitely some people have a easy in. Like I know what you're going to say, and I agree.
That he's number 1.
I mean,
but this is what I'm saying. This is why I think it's more subjective. I feel like it's way more subjective. Like Kanye is easily the greatest producer of all time for me. Like, zero question. I don't know. This, like my top 5: Kanye.
Yeah. Academic shit. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's definitely would have to be.
Yay, Dr. Dre, Metro Boomin, Madlib, so many people.
I mean, Timbaland.
Timbaland, 100%
for sure.
Everyone's top 5, 100%.
Timbaland,
Pharrell, not for me at all. Pharrell wouldn't even be in my top 50. I don't rate Pharrell at all.
He's one of the most prolific producers at one point in time. Like, he had the most hits.
He destroyed the charts.
Yeah.
He owned that shit.
He needs a fucking...
he
Depends on
deserves
what's
that,
your shit.
but it's
Like, I
not
don't
my
particularly
jam.
like his beats, but he could be one of the best because he's done the most and had such a run. Like,
Right.
how many can't do that? But like, not that I don't particularly like love his shit. I think there's way better producers that there's other producers that I like way more than Pharrell. But if we're talking about who's the GOAT, you got to look at. I'm looking at it from that lens. So like, Pharrell's got to be in the question. Are you fucking like stupid? Like that's massive. He's huge. He's absolutely like.
I agree with that.
I'm thinking about cornerstone producers like.
So then, like, pull it back.
That's why Premier would be there.
Do an opinion. Do your opinion. So as opposed to who?
Okay, who's my favorite flavors? Not who's the GOAT in considering all the criteria.
I think that's exactly right because I think you're correct. If you'd have to mention Kanye and Pharrell would be and Dre probably the top 3 of all time or something in hip hop history type of shit. Maybe Timbaland.
Yeah,
but then they might not be your favorite. So I just think. I think this conversation is more interesting to me because I want to hear what people's favorites are because then you can argue, and I think the arguing is fun, debating.
Great, because I won't do any notes at all. Like as far as the other list we're referencing now, I'm going to do like completely different shit. It's like I like the flavors of this guy because they've done this, because they've done that.
Yeah.
On the flavors.
Like,
so okay,
who we start with?
Yeah, Dan, you start first.
No order. I'm not too sure the order yet. But Dre, RZA, Kanye West, Metro, and Timbaland. That's the 5.
That's a good list.
That's the 5 for sure.
Nosh, do you have a list or do you need to kind of look at it?
Am I doing okay? So just like
your personal notionbaby.com's favorite producers, top 5 of all time, no particular order. I don't care about order.
Yeah, no particular order. So
unless you have like a number 1, you can say that too because that's the easiest. But
that's So Kanye, for me, Premier because the way I make beats. Knots, incredible.
That's a good one.
Black Milk could even be in the fucking mix.
Shit, that's a great one.
Eclectic, phenomenal, fucking goodness me. And Timbo. Because the flavors of all those guys are so like pause, like really good. Like they're just like I don't know. They cover a lot of the bases of the things. But yeah, also I would have honorable mention Odyssey. Love that his production's ridiculous. Like honestly, Eggwood, like he's gotten so much better. My buddy Eric has gotten so much better, and I love the way he's getting familiar with the machine and getting all the hands-on, bringing little tools and fucking other electronics into his sound design and his arrangements and everything. It's amazing. So yeah, shit like that. Like the Black Milk thing was kind of like because he does everything, man. He does full dirty boom bap, Detroit Motown, soul shit that we love and adore and grew up on. Then he does all psychedelic funk things with synth, exploring guitars and everything. Like he's got that vibe. His new shit that just came out, I can't remember the fucking name off top, but it's filthy. He's super under the radar and also with Knots too. He did so much early Buster stuff. He did heaps of co-productions with heaps of people. Knots has a flavor that no one really has. That's why he's amazing. Alchemist. Evidence. Love those producers. That's where I get all my flavors from Notion Beats production specifically. Like all those people I mentioned have a sprinkle of, in my shit. P-Rock.
Boy
Things
Wonder.
Like that. Boy Wonder's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Boy Wonder.
He actually have a lot of Boy Wonder sounds from his kits that he releases, right? So I've made a bunch of beats. Some of the sounds have been used on our shit before. It's all royalty free, whatever kits that he put out ages ago. And some of them, the sound quality is really nice. So yeah, Boy Wonder for sure.
Yeah. 40, yeah.
40.
I completely forgot. Okay, I need to change my list. I need to take RZA out and put 40 in.
Yeah.
RZA's also a cornerstone for me too. Like he's got some of the most authentic flavors as far as producer. He's amazing too. But yeah, there's so many dudes to give flowers to.
Obviously go for it. Go.
I was just gonna say the South producers, dude,
Depends
Manny
if that's
Fresh.
shit.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's not my shit. But like those guys are fucking awesome too. But
I found like a Reddit thread that people are talking about it, so it gave me some ideas. So obviously
Yeah.
Kanye is my number one, but
of course.
another personal favorite is Sohn, Sohn. He's like
yes,
he does
English
stuff
guy.
for everybody. British dude, he's fucking crazy. This list is so fucking. And now I'm like annoyed because I see what you talk about with like the top 10 versus that. People are mentioning cool name like Timbo would be in mine for sure.
But, yeah.
I probably would do something like maybe even Havoc from Mobb Deep.
Oh, good
'Cause of
one.
all of that.
Honorable mention. Yeah,
And then probably someone even like Scott Storch because of all the root shit.
good one.
Even though
And the
technically
Drake
he's not a
stuff.
producer, he's a keyboard player, so that probably doesn't count.
He's like a producer. He did stuff with the Roots and everything. Like he did, even though he was just playing keys, he did make some beats as well. He wasn't
Okay.
just doing.
So he wasn't doing that. Quick or Dre would be my to round that out.
DJ Quick. Yeah.
Or Dr. Dre, it's hard to tell. But a few other names on this list as well. No ID, Grey One.
Of course.
High
good
Tech.
one. Blaze. High Tech.
Just Blaze was the other one. Just Blaze was the other one.
Oh, see, Feezy.
Daz from the Dog Pound. Beat Miners, Mike Dean, Rick Rubin,
Oh my
Jake
God,
Jake
Rick.
One, DJ
Right,
Muggs
man.
from Cypress Hill, Warren G. Warren G's produced some classic shit. Q-Tip from Tribe, Devontae Swing
course.
from Jodeci.
Odyssey.
Crazy. So the Dilla. None of us have said Dilla.
Dilla. Yeah. I should have said that.
New Harbors. Yeah, man. Apollo Brown.
Polo Brown, of course.
Knowledge
Unbelievable.
from like
Knowledge
what's his
from
name?
Anderson Park.
Anderson Park. LP from Run the Jewels, as you know,
Jewels.
Company Flow. Kenny Beats, that dude that you watch.
Dude, love. Whoa, Kenny.
Oh, this is the one. Ninth Wonder.
Oh!
I can't believe
So
you
fun
forgot.
fact. How did I forget that? So fucking, he should have been next door to fucking Primo almost when I did the flavor part. But like, yeah, Notion and Ninth mixtape. Come on, bro. Let's go.
Yeah.
He's one of the bigger production. I mean, if I had a production influence list, it would be different to what the flavors said were.
Yeah. So it's like
But
a
still,
all different.
Ninth
That's
is
why I was like,
it's cornerstone for me too.
yeah. As like a as like a fan, like what was your fave? So anyway, that was pretty I didn't really have much else to add. Yeah, this is like
dude, like
yeah,
that's
this is
fantastic.
Pretty solid.
it's a pretty list, and I feel like between all of us, there's a nice bunch of like eclectic, new, older, soulful, like crazy shit. Like even Travis Scott, I guess you could argue like his stuff too.
Oh
right?
yeah, true.
Big
true,
bangers, like a bit of everything, all in all these lists. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I need to tell you this camera's about to die, so let's take the old screener.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, picks. What am I gonna do?
After this, I'm gonna get a Bevo.
Yeah.
Pop it in. I've been done plans the last couple of weeks. I'm gonna go back to babies.
There we go. All right, ready?
Crystal car. Look at that advertising. That's soft.
Love it. Great episode, boys. Daniel, where can everyone find you online?
HTFGXMING, Instagram, Twitch, and yeah, that's it really. Yeah. Next.
I like it.
Notion.
Get a dog through you. At Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Notion MTB on Instagram and YouTube. Holla at your motherfucking boy.
Yes. You can get me CWFOR, Twitter, Instagram, CWTMF, Facebook, TikTok. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the fummies, hit the subbies, hit that belly.
Ding dong.
And follow us everywhere at The Moving Fam, at Bad Habits Pod on Instagram. New episodes every Monday. Subscribe, 5 stars everywhere. You know the vibe. And actually, I'm going to end it on a little something fun.
Swimming, so these sharks in the ocean are getting much slimmer. K2 problem, a simmer.
Did everyone see Notion grab his nuts?
Why is that? What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? What?
That's a screen grab. Everyone take a screenshot. Everyone take a screenshot.
Oh my
goodness.
This is our song called Shine. Huh? You can explain it.
Quickly.
Yeah, you do it.
So yeah, we did a song called Shine.
A schlong
brothers
called
from the States, Dallas and Atlanta represent us. We did a bunch of tours, 2014 with everyone, Maya Clarity, blah, 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 Rel and that. And then this is some B-roll from a studio in Kingston. Shout out to our boy Thomas Shaver, and we basically wow, dude. Okay, zooming on the monster. So we were doing some, filming and whatever. This happened to be B-roll that got into the video clip. So I'm standing there holding my junk, and the look at my face is kind of like,
don't worry about it. Well,
yeah, so thanks for putting me on blast, actually, mate.
No, you're right, mate. No worries. Just wanted to show that off. And with that,
you're fucked.
We'll see you next week. Hey.
Wow.
My dong got a lot of screen time. That was quite impressive.
Hey. Oh, yeah. Is that episode name?
We should remake that.
Cunts are fucked.
Cunts are fucked.
That's been episode 140, whatever it was, 3 or some shit.
Get a dog up.
Catch it, cunt.